What is going on, guys? I am SceptileMC, or George, the coach of the San Francisco Arcaniners, and today I have for you my week. It's not even the week anymore, it's the playoffs. We are in the finals of the playoffs against none other than the last season's runner-up, A-Drive, or the St. Louis Rampardos. It's going to be a tough match, but I believe I constructed a team that will counter the team that I think he's going to bring. A-Drive has a very tricky team to prep for, and I'll go over it right about now as it comes up on the completely wrong side. Actually, I'll just throw it in right there. We'll see what we get, but he has the Victini, the Sylveon, the Smeargle, the Jolteon, the Heracross, the Salamence, the Uxie, the Golurk, the Blastoise, the Quagsire, and the Mega Aggron. Now, I'm going to actually pull this off the screen because I don't want it there. I will try to actually edit that in. But Victini and Heracross and Mega Aggron. Those three Pokemon successfully or offensively destroy my entire draft together. Those three he's going to bring those three. I'm positive of that. He has to bring the Heracross. He's probably going to bring a Choice Scarf, or he's going to bring the Victini Choice Scarf. It's either going to be a Banded Victini or a Choice Scarf Victini, and then a Banded or AV Heracross, and then a Scarfed Heracross. That's really all I'm expecting from him, because the Banded Victini successfully 2-hit KOs, 2 OHKOs every single Pokemon on my draft, except for this one Pokemon right here. That's right, guys. We're bringing Miltank to the party. Miltank, the NU Mon that no one ever expected to be good on a draft, really. With the thick fat ability and max defense, a Banded V-Create does only about 40% to me, and I have the Chople Berry as well, and I have the counter. So if I'm taking a V-Create, if I'm taking a knockoff, I'm taking a close combat, anything, taking a heavy slam off the Mega Aggron, I'm countering, I'm getting huge damage off on it. I need a lot of damage off on those Pokemon in this game because I have a plan to sweep Dan at the end, which I'm really hoping comes true. Because if it comes true, that means I win. If it doesn't come true, then I'm hoping I win some other kind of way. But I have the counter, I have Stealth Rocks because rocks are important again, like in this game, because of the Victini. I don't want Victini to come in for free. I don't want the Salamence to come in for free, and the Heracross, I want it taking some kind of damage if it does come in. I have the Body Slam to pass around the Paralysis if I can, and the Milk Drink to recover so I can counter even more. That is this set. This Miltank is going to be very important in this battle if he does bring the Victini, the Heracross, and the Mega Aggron, which he's going to bring all of those. There's not even a question of that anymore, but that is what I expect him to bring in there, so that's why I have defensive Miltank in the first slot. Next up, we have Captain, the Goodra. Now, the reason I'm bringing Captain is, 1, I can surprise a Sylveon on the switch with Iron Tail. 2, I can absorb the Scalds from the Blastoise or the Quagsire. I think he'll bring Blastoise. Don't think he'll bring the Quagsire because he might want to Rapid Spin against my rocks. So, that's why I have the T-Bolt instead of the Power Whip. I don't want to rely on a physical attack when I am going to switch in on the Scald Burns. I have the Dragon Pulse because I don't want to bring Draco Meteor. I feel like if he's a substitute Salamence and I'm going for Draco Meteor, he'll be able to set up on me, as well as I don't want the -2 if, for example, I'm in on the Victini, I'm going to drop a Draco, he goes into Mega Aggron, then I can't really go for an attack against him. So I want to be able to change up my attacks and just really pressure his team. So that's why I have the Dragon Pulse over Draco. Then I have the Fire Blast. That's pretty self-explanatory. It's for the Heracross and for the Mega Aggron. So Captain's there as my special wall mainly. Other than that, I'm not really going to go too much into him. Pretty self-explanatory in my opinion. Next up, we have Shifu, the Mega Lopunny. We brought it every game this season. Every single game we brought the Mega Lopunny. And I'm not going to lie, there was a time while I was prepping for Dan that I decided Mega Lopunny is not the Pokemon to bring for this battle. And in my opinion, it's still not the Pokemon to bring in this battle. However, it's the presence of it. It's the fact that the Fake Out is priority and outspeeds everything. It's the fact that Low Kick and Return hit everything on his team for neutral damage. I know he's going to bring a Scarfer. I know he's going to have to bring Victini Scarf or the Heracross Scarf to outspeed and revenge kill the Mega Lopunny. If he does not do that, then he's just asking to be swept by it. But I have the Low Kick because, guys, it's been like 14 games with this Mega Lopunny, and no one has run Protect to stop my high jump kick yet. So if anyone's going to run Protect, on like the Mega Aggron, the Golurk, the Blastoise, on anything, it's going to be Dan. He's going to run Protect to stop my high jump kick. I can see it. I can see it happening. Also, I don't want to miss a high jump kick to lose the game. Low kick affects them in the same way. Low kick, mainly for the Mega Aggron, I'd say, does about the same. There's like a 3 to 4% difference, which isn't too big, really. I'm not concerned by that. I have enough speed to outspeed a modest Jolteon, because modest Jolteon is just, I don't know. I don't think he'll run Timid. I don't see the point in him running Timid. I don't see the point in him really bringing Jolteon, but if he does, then I have enough to outspeed a modest form. Not a Jolly form, but a modest one. I have the Protect on this thing. This is the important thing. I'm running Protect, and the reason I have Protect is because I have the low kick, the return, and the fake out. And I was thinking of the last move. I'm like, what can I do to stop his choice Pokemon from taking me out on the revenge? Because it's going to be a lot of 50-50s, because I know Dan loves to predict. He's a predict-happy asshole. No offense to Dan, but you love predictions. And with my Mega Lopunny, I can then go for Protect. I can take the predictions out of the equation. And then if he goes for close combat, I can go into Nidoqueen. If he goes for like Earthquake, then I know I can stay in and go for a return. If he goes for Knockoff, well then hell, I'm staying in again. So it just takes, it allows me to safely scout out what he wants to go for, and could honestly ruin the game for him if he over predicts and then I Protect and then I can stay in with my Mega Lopunny. So that's why I Protect. That's why I feel like it's going to be a very important move in this match. Now, next up, I have Nidoqueen the Gamings. Nidoqueen is a Pokemon that is going to absolutely destroy Dan's cores. I have the Sucker Punch, the Earth Power, the Sludge Wave, and the Ice Beam. Ice Beam for the Golurk and the Salamence. The Sludge Wave is for the Sylveon, the Jolteon, the Uxie, the Blastoise, anything else that it can hit, just happy. Earth Power is for the Victini, the Jolteon, and the Mega Aggron. This is a Pokemon that hits everything hard. It hits everything very, very hard, and I think these EVs got messed up somehow. Don't worry, that was not my EVs. This is my EVs. 252 in defense. Now, the reason I am running 252 in defense. Hold on, all my EVs got messed up with Gamings. I don't know what the hell happened here, but it somehow did. I believe it was 252, and then 172 plus, and then down here we had 80, so it was 176 plus. 80 speed is a very important speed for me to reach. Now, the reason why is it's going to come into play with my Scizor over here. You guys will see in a bit, but this is a Pokemon that Revenge kills Victini, takes out the Mega Aggron, takes out the Sylveon, really destroys his walls, as well as puts a lot of pressure on his offensive Pokemon as well. Now, the reason I'm running a defensive spread instead of an offensive spread is because with the Life Orb, I still 2-hit KO and Oko the majority of his team, so I don't need the extra power per se. And if I run defensive, I can better take close combats off the Heracross, which only my Miltank can take only one time. I can better take on the Salamence if it has Earthquake. The Victini, I can take a V-Create. If it's Banded, I don't know if I can take a V-Create. I don't know the calc off the top of my head, but I know I can take a V-Create. If he has the Psyshock on the Sylveon, I can better take that. So I feel like just a defensive spread is a very helpful thing to have in this scenario. The Sheer Force, obviously, and then the coverage is self-explanatory from there. Next up, we have Crawdon. Now, this is the sweeper. I'm putting all my marbles in the Crawdon basket. I'm just putting it all in there. I'm hoping Crawdon can pull something out of its ass in this game. Knock off Crabhammer, Swords Dance, and Aqua Jet. If I get up an SD, if I somehow get up an SD against his team, and the Mega Aggron is on about 80%, I believe I win the game. I'm being serious. If the Salamence is dead and it doesn't have Intimidate, and the Mega Aggron is weak, I believe I win the game with my Crawdon if I get up +2. I have the Aqua Jet, I have the Swords Dance, the Crabhammer, and the Knockoff. With that coverage, Knockoff kills Uxie and the Blastoise and the Quagsire. While Crabhammer kills the Mega Aggron, and the Sylveon. And then Aqua Jet kills every single offensive mon after +2. The Heracross can't take a +2 Aqua Jet. The Victini definitely can't. The Jolteon can't. So Crawdon's going to be an important Pokemon in this game. It's going to be my win condition, I believe, unless he brings crazy sets that deal with it. I don't think he could, though. I was trying to think of the sets he could try to run to deal with my Crawdon, and the only way he can deal with a +2 Crawdon is to not let it go +2 in the first place. Now, I have a backup plan for my Nidoqueen and my Crawdon, as well as Mega Lopunny if it comes down to it, and that is my Scizor. Now, this is a Kustat Berry Tailwinding Scizor with Defog, because I think he'll bring the Smeargle, and if he gets up Hazards, then I could be in deep shit. I have the BP, so I can take on the DD Mence, which I'm assuming he's going to bring. If Mence goes +1, it does actually 6-0 my team. So, I'm really prepping for that. I have the BP to hit the Mence on the chance he doesn't have the Flamethrower. With this set, I can take an unboosted Flamethrower. I know for a fact that I can take an unboosted Flamethrower. Even a Fire Blast I think I can take, because I am heavily invested in HP and special defense where I can take those. I have the Tailwind, the Kustat Berry Tailwind. This is so if my Scizor is on very low health, it is kind of worth it for me to keep it. If I keep it, I can Oko a Heracross with Crab Hammer. I can Oko a Victini with Crab Hammer or the knockoff. I can Oko the offensive Mons versus me going for a Swords Dance to Oko the bulky Mons. So that's the plan behind that. As well as the Tailwind does help my Nidoqueen. That's where the speed comes in. Is with this, I believe I outspeed any Pokemon trying to outspeed a Jolly, Mega Lopunny Wild Choice Scarf. So if the Heracross is Choice Scarfed, Nidoqueen's outspeeding. If the Victini is Choice Scarfed, Nidoqueen's outspeeding with the tiniest amount of speed investment I could possibly have in on it to maximize the bulk. You can see Water Hazard also reaches that exact same speed. So if I get up to Tailwind and I go into one of these, it's going to be a huge threat to his offensive Mons, as well as going to be a huge threat to his defensive Mons, because they don't want to be taking any hits from these things. So, and guys, this is going to be the team for the finals. This is the Arcaniners finals team. This is the last hurrah. This is what we're going for. Our first season in the GBA, and we made it to the finals, and now we're going for it. Now we're going to see if we can take it all. See if we can make the runner-up again. I feel bad for that, Dan. I know people think it's your time, but I'm sorry. The Arcaniners Nation is here, and the Arcaniners Nation does not back down without a fight. We're going to go for it. We're going to take it, and that's going to be it, guys. So if you enjoyed the team build, please comment, like, rate, and subscribe. Leave a like for hype on the finals coming up tomorrow at, I don't know what time I'm assuming it'll be like 12 Eastern, 2 Eastern, whatever. I'm going to have the video up whenever Dan has it up. So, guys, hype, and more fucking hype. Let's go, Arcaniners. Arcaniners Nation. Peace out, guys.